What is happening, everybody? We are live. I'll try not to get too much in the way. I want to see. Um, yeah, so I thought I'd shoot the sun here, try to get my face in here a little bit, but not block it too much. But yeah, want to check out the geocentric sun here, and it's making its path away from us, so it's making bigger circles. So. Summer sun was way right, and now it's moving bigger circles. And I was looking up the globe explanation. I've looked it up a bunch of times, and they say it's ellipsing, and that's why they have the explanation that the Earth is moving. But what's interesting about it is they like to use this philosophy called Occam's razor, which is super weird that they would associate it with heliocentrism. So Occam's razor essentially says that the simplest explanation is usually the best explanation. That's crazy that they would use that for the geocentric, heliocentric debate on the heliocentric side. So the simplest explanation is that the Earth is moving because of its ellipse. That's what they say. That's not true. That's not the simplest explanation. Now, whether or not it's geocentric or heliocentric, and whether or not the ellipse of the Earth proves, or the ellipse of the sun, sorry, proves that the Earth is moving is a whole another separate issue. But to just say that it is the simplest explanation is like the craziest thing I've ever heard of. So this might be the most simplest explanation in the history of simple explanations. You don't feel the Earth move, therefore, hey, it's the sun moving around us. Geocentric. Okay, not the end of the world. Not really proof that the Earth is a plane, and not really even proof that it's not in the sky and there isn't universes and planets and all that. People still add that with geocentrism, but to say that it's the simpler explanation, that it's the Earth moving, that's crazy. That's insane. Okay, so. Perspective is saying that we're saying the sun's making circles, and then it's falling off our vanishing point of perspective. So it's looking like it's going off the horizon. That's what it looks like it's doing. Now it is like falling, kind of at like a triangle. But the ellipse part, that's weird, man. I've never quite comprehended that whole ellipse thing. I don't see it to be ellipsing. I see it to just be falling off the horizon. Not a crazy thing, and also, you don't feel the Earth to move. I think that's pretty simple. But let me check out the chat here, see if we got anybody yet. I can't really see, but yeah, what's up? Rocco, what's up, Sky? Have a swim. It's cold. The water's a bit chilly. I could do a cold plunge, but there's a bit of like sea creatures in this water, and I'm in Washington, outside of Seattle. There's a monk seal that floats around here somewhere. Maybe I'll let you see him if he comes out. But yeah, I might go for a swim later. I might do it. I might brave it. I usually do a little workout. I need to get a sweat going before I get in the water. Yeah, I don't think that's. I don't know. It might not happen today. Allison, this is not a lake. This is this is part of the Puget Sound. So this is. Let me see if you can. I don't want to move the camera too much. Let me see if you can see the mountains. Yeah, to the left here. You can't really see it. I'll move the camera real quick. Some mountains over here. I can't really see them with my. I can't really see them with the sun here, but it's kind of cloudy. That is. This is saltwater. This is part of the. Part of the sea. I can't remember what this channel is called. But. The ocean is on the other side of these mountains here. And this thing kind of like wraps around behind me here is a good stretch. Maybe I'll take the camera around sunset. Maybe I'll take the camera and show you the flat water. But yeah, this to me is Occam's razor. This to me is the simplest explanation that we don't live on a spinning ball. We don't feel it to be spinning, and then you look at the water and it doesn't look like it's curved. Now, okay, you want to add science, I get it, but like just from a super simple standpoint, and the fact that people laugh at people that think this is, you know, what they're experiencing is a bit weird. It is odd. That and then on top of that, that they would say the simplest explanation is the Earth is a ball and a spinning ball. That's not true. That is not true at all. It couldn't be farther from the truth. Michael, what's happening? This is Pacific Northwest. This is Washington, outside of Seattle. So it's nice out here. A lot of water everywhere. And yeah, I like this spot for sunsets because we can see the sun's path and we can see the local sun. Come fall next month, that's what we're going to see at the end of this tree line here. That's why I like to come to this spot, so you can really understand that it's the sun moving around us. I don't really understand any other explanation of this. Allison, what I am trying to show you is the geocentric nature of this reality. So the sun moves around us and it's not the earth moving around the sun. So this is a thing I've been doing on my short videos called the Sunset Challenge. And I'm challenging people to go outside and watch sunsets and ask themselves, is the sun moving or is the earth moving? And, you know, for me, I believe the earth is flat, and I believe it's a flat plane of existence. But let's start with the geocentric nature of it, and let's challenge ourselves to question the nature of our reality. And yeah, people believe we live on a spinning ball, and they think the earth is like in the skies, I guess. And I'm just asking what we're experiencing here. So I think the earth is not moving, and I think the sun is local and making circles around us, and it's explained by this thing called perspective. Now, as it comes down, we're going to see it come down at kind of an angle. Now, that's coming off the triangulation of our eyes. The globe proponents say it's ellipsing, and that somehow is proof that the earth is moving or something like that, but you don't feel the earth to be moving. So, yeah, I've been coming out here all July, and then August has been rainy, so I missed the beginning of the month, but what you're going to see come fall is the sun set farther out. So that's proof to me that it's rotating around us and it's making bigger circles. So fall equinox is when it's equal light, equal day, and the sun's going to be at the equator. And that's the local sun that rotates around us. So that is what I believe we are observing. And then the other side, you know, it's called heliocentrism, aka globe Earth. And yeah, they think they live on a spinning ball. That's the Earth moving around the solar systems and all that. And it's just crazy. It's just crazy that people would think that. So this thing is called geocentrism. It means the Earth is the center of existence. It's really beautiful. And yeah, you know, the scientific community doesn't agree. The schools don't agree. But it's, in my opinion, it's not anything that new. But it's been around, but it's pretty hidden. And yeah, people don't agree with it. But I think if you go outside and ask yourself if the earth is moving or not, and then you can go look at the science and stuff like that. But their science is a bit wacky. So yeah, you can argue about it. But before we do that, I just ask people to go watch it. Just go look at it. So that's what I've been doing. And yeah, thanks for joining. And that is how I like to introduce people into this thing called cosmology. It means the study of the heavens, and it's not really a religion. It's just it's kind of a philosophy, and flat Earth is a further you know, philosophy, but it's a natural science as well, that we are just at the center of existence, and we're existence itself, and the horizon proves that, where the water meets the water and the air meets the air. It's quite beautiful. It's not, you can add a religion to it. Some people do. I don't think you need to. It's just It's just not what the scientists say, though, and it does go against it does go against NASA and all that. So yeah, it's creationism. It's natural science, I guess, and it is beautiful, and it's really comforting and really like centering to know that you're at the center. I think other people, for some reason, I don't know, they look up into the skies and they think they're in the skies. They think they're in a spinning ball or something. They think that sun is 93 million miles away, and they think that sun is 109 times bigger than the Earth in diameter. I think it's the light of the sun we're looking at right now is only 3 miles away. Now, it's coming from through the lensing effect, and it's in the firmaments, so it's probably 3,000 miles away. But I don't know, it just doesn't look that big. It looks local, and it looks like it moves around us. And I think the explanation of perspective, explains that pretty well. So, again, though, this fall, come October 20th, September 20th, that's when we're really going to be able to see the sun make its return path back to it's making come Christmas, it will be making its biggest circle. And, how they explain the Earth moving, it's 5 million miles closer to the sun in the winter. So when we see this sun come fall, how the heliocentrist explains that is, I don't understand. They say the ellipse thing is their proof, but I don't know how they add the 5 million miles. They need the 5 million miles because when you're on the other side of the world, when you're in Argentina or you're in New Zealand or Australia or South Africa, you see the sun directly above you. So it does appear, the angle-wise, they need it to be closer to them. So they move the Earth closer to the sun, because out there, yeah, it looks like the sun's closer. Out here, the sun looks farther away. But it's not that the angle is farther away, but the distance of it to the Earth is not. It's just it's making bigger circles. It's making a bigger triangulation. You always see it off of a triangle. So if you take your hands and you hold them up to the sun here, at noon it was here. It rises over here, and it rises and it sets, from east to west. But it doesn't peak on the triangle at noon. It does. It does kind of arc over that triangle, and that's what I think is going on, and that makes perfect sense. So anyways, that's our Sunday sunset here. See what we got going on in the chat. Michael, yeah, you got to check out the Pacific Northwest. It is it's a cool spot. Seattle's a cool city, and then there's water like all over the place here. So let me get my chair. I'm gonna pull my chair up closer. I'll be back in a second. I think that sun's going to hide behind those clouds and we're not going to really get a good sunset. We can see it heading right into it, but it could be a pretty sunset. I see some capriculous rays going on. I don't know if you can see it on the camera here, but capriculous rays are when the clouds, make the sun rays look at. Yeah, it doesn't give the angle that the globe needs it either. So that's a good, interesting thing. But for me, it's not about science. For me, it's just natural intuition. I just look at it. I just feel it, and I can't comprehend a spinning ball. I'm an outdoors guy. This is what I do. This is what I do for fun. I call this the greatest show on earth, sunset. So I don't know. You go study what the computer says and what the scientist says, the NASA man, and it just goes against the natural observation, in my opinion. So I don't really need to overcomplicate it too much. I like the flat earth stuff, and I like the flat earth science and stuff like that. I get into it. I get into like the debates. But anyways, there's a challenge going on this winter in Antarctica to see if the sun sets out there or not. So that's kind of why I'm doing this. And I'm taking people through geocentrism. So it's more the geocentric argument. And yeah, I think if you go watch sunsets before then, you'll kind of understand what they're going to see. Now, I don't think they're going to show very much of that sun. I don't think they'll even show as much as I'm going to show tonight. I'm going to show, no, until we can't see it anymore. I think once it hits that that dark stuff in the clouds, I don't think we're going to see it completely set. But really what I'm trying to do is come end of September, I want to show where it sets in relation to where it sets this summer and now coming into fall here. So yeah, if you see my short videos, you can see where it was setting compared to tonight's sunset, which is pretty dramatically farther left. But it's not just farther left; it's farther out by a lot, and that's yeah, I think that's explained through the sun moving around us. Oh, there's a seal out here talking to me. He's whistling to me. But yeah, maybe he'll come over. But yeah, so they're gonna go see the sun. So if it's a ball, they say it needs to be 6 months of 24-hour suns, top of the ball, 6 months at the bottom of the ball of the sun not setting, which they just don't have. There's no videos of it for 6 months. So there's a couple days in the north of a 24-hour sun, which isn't a big deal. It's not a big deal if it even happens in the south, but they don't show it very well. Like the videos of it are just really bad. So flat earthers historically have said it doesn't happen. And now they're taking a guy, no one trusts the guy that they're taking. So now flat earthers are kind of running to the hills on it, which I don't know. They're being little scaredy cats. I'm not like mad at them for that. I don't think they're being completely wrong, but it could be fun to play this one, but it would be better if they were taking someone more trustworthy. It seems like they're just going to show like 2 minutes of it. I don't think they're going to show 24 hours of it. This is exactly what I think is going to happen in Antarctica. They're going to see the sun go behind the clouds, and then you're not going to be able to see it. And then they're going to say it was up for 24 hours. So it's 7:19 right now, and it sets around 8 right now. I think tonight's sunset is like 8:01 or 8:02. So yeah, I don't know if I might go walk the beach. I'll go show you the this little bay here, and then we'll come back and see what's going on. Wait a couple more minutes, see if we get some capriculus rays coming out. You see a few. It could be. Those are kind of chemtrail. Some of those clouds up there are chemtrails. But the other ones are. Yeah, those are rain clouds. So I don't know. Maybe the sun will light up those clouds and make it look pretty, but I don't think it's gonna happen. Those clouds are pretty dark. All right, go walk the beach and see if we can't come back and see the sun. So this is the mountain. Well, I can't really see it, but hopefully we get some good sunsets come this fall. It's been kind of strike too. This is my second live stream on it, and the first one it was the same issue. I didn't get through till sunset, although it might peek through. But we still got another like half hour, so before it sets. But I think the lower it goes, it's gonna get hidden by those clouds. So go check out this all this flat water here. So yeah, it wraps around. This is the end of the bay here, and then this is we're gonna walk down the beach a little bit, check it out. Low tide right now, which is nice. We got a little beach. The tide comes in all the way up to this tree here. It comes all the way up to those steps sometimes too. But I'm not getting in today. It's too cold. So yeah, I don't know what the length of this part of the bay is. I don't think that's a half a mile. Yeah, maybe a half mile, but still, it's pretty obvious that the water is flat, that it's level. I mean, so that's really all it is to me. I mean, it's just that simple. I don't see how people can't comprehend. We don't live on a spinning ball. We don't live in a universe. The universe is here, or there is no universe. I'm more into like there is no universe, but either way, it seems to be an emotional thing. The creation creates this emotional connection, and then we somehow want to build like a world with it or something in the universe, and then NASA and stuff. I don't really know what it does, but it does. It seems to be the straw that can break the camel's back when it comes to government and government overreach and government just like it proves that government fails. I'm going to do my 9/11 tribute video here pretty soon. I haven't cut it yet, but yeah, I'm going to talk about just the belief side. Like I can't win a 9/11 argument. I don't have proof that the government, orchestrated 9/11. I believe they did, though. That it is a belief. I have proof that NASA pictures are fake, that they're faking outer space. I have 100% proof, and it's right here. This is my proof. This water here is too flat. It's not just too flat, it's perfectly flat. You can't really see it that as good as I can see it with my naked eye, but if you go out and you go look at this earth with the naked eye, what you're gonna see is a local sun. There, yeah, it's still out there. It still hasn't been hidden by those clouds, but you're gonna see a local sun, and you're gonna see flat water, and you're gonna see a flat horizon line, flat on the left, flat on the right, and you just don't see a spinning ball. So I think this is waves from a wake, but yeah, there's a rock out there that's like, I think it's like almost 3 miles away, and I can see it just fine with my naked eye. You do see above and beyond the thing you're looking at. The thing where people go and do the cameras to zoom in and like measure it. I don't like that. It's just with the naked eye you can see it. You can comprehend like the way you measure slope for a driveway, like how they would measure it if you were measuring it to put in like a cement patio, or if you've ever done any construction, the way land surveyors do it. You could do it the same way on water using buoys and run levels under it. You can just imagine that, and you're not gonna ever find any slope to your water. They use water to make a level. So flat earthers always say water always finds its level because that's how it works. And I think that's a better way to kind of picture how you could scientifically prove it. Just go measure the slope of water. Well, you can't find, the slope of water. It's impossible. So, yeah, it's level. It's flat. It's I don't know what else to call it. We'll go back here and look at the sun, and we might get a nice little. Let's shoot through the clouds here. Kind of see it over here a little bit. I'm getting chilly. Should have brought my jacket. In the Pacific Northwest, we have really late summers. So September is kind of like a summer month. June isn't really that warm, and then July and August, and then September are really the summer months. But this August has been kind of rainy and kind of cold. This is like the first day in the last 2 weeks where it's been sunny. So, which is a real bummer because it gets really cloudy and dark. They say, oh, Seattle rains all the time, which it does. but not in the summertime. Usually, this summer it has been, which is a big bummer. But hopefully, September is nice, and then sometimes even in October, it can be relatively sunny. But then it starts to rain, and it doesn't get too cold. It doesn't really snow, but it can a couple times. But yeah, it's really nice when the clouds aren't here. These mountains, these are the Olympic part of the Olympic. Can't really see them. But yeah, every time I try to live stream, it gets cloudy. So, but as long as I get a few in the fall, I'll be happy. I really want to show from this location what the sun does. And yeah, to me, that's proof. It's the sun rotating around us, and it's a big deal. Like it really is, and it's really, really obvious that that's the case. And their whole thing is an inversion of the natural senses, an inversion of the natural order. They just want to flip it upside down so it like comes from them. And yeah, the seasons make a lot more sense when you understand that it's the sun moving around us, and it's the sun creating our seasons. And the Earth's rotation around the sun is not that like conceivable. It doesn't really make sense in your head. And then the fact that we've been kind of like, they just kind of ignore it. We've just been kind of forgotten in our minds. It just disconnects us from the natural order, and it's not really spiritual, or it is a bit centering. It is a bit comforting. I like it, but it's not anything that special. But yeah, here we're back. So I'll put it back down for a minute, and then I'll probably wrap it up, see what it does. But I got about half an hour left, and we'll see. I might just end it. But yeah, Occam's razor, I think, should be given to geocentrism in this one. And again, I think it's weird that there we go, that they like to bring it up on this one. That seems a bit strange. It's like if you look up Occam's razor, you'll see that as their explanation. The heliocentric thing is used like as the first example of that saying, which is crazy. Which is crazy that they would use that. You don't feel the earth move, so that would not be the simplest explanation. The simplest explanation would be the thing that you feel and the thing that you see. You don't see the earth move, and you don't feel the earth move, so that would not be the simplest explanation. And yet they always bring that one up. It's weird. It's strange. But yeah, that's their explanation is Occam's razor and then ellipses. The way the sun moves. They say it's, I don't know, Ewing, I guess. No, it's falling down kind of on a triangulation. But they say it kind of bows, and that's proof that the earth is spinning, and that's a ball too. Yeah, that's a stretch. That's a big stretch. Don't see that at all. You can look at time-lapse videos of it, and you can see people try to explain that through their Photoshop, but not when you see it with the naked. Today we can't even see it. That's what's funny about this whole thing, especially with the stars. When you start looking at the stars, and they'll use that with the stars as well. Good luck trying to see them. It takes a better part of a year to get. You gotta go at different seasons to see the different motion patterns, and to truly prove it's ellipsing. I don't think it's ellipsing. I think it's triangulating, and yeah, I don't think it's really even need to be explained that much. It's just what it is. It's just the sun moving and not us. All right, I'm gonna call it a night, and then we will meet you back here next time. I think maybe in a week or two. It's gonna set at the end of that tree line, come like a week or two, and yeah, it's already starting to set way back behind those trees, whereas it was over here, and then it was like right behind the tree, so like barely, like kind of like in the trees. It looked like setting, and now it's well behind the trees. So yeah, it's making bigger circles. It's pretty obvious.